It's so bad, it's so bad, it's so new. I'm wishing at the end of June. Clouds in my shroud, in my vision go clearly. Can't see ahead if I'm fine when I leave me. What is the saying when you...
Hey y'all, it's your girl Nia Michelle back at it again with another YouTube video. This time I'll be showing you guys how I do my eyebrows using powder and cream, aka dip brow, aka top brow. You get the point. But let's get right into the video. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my spoolie and I'm just going to brush my hairs up. Now I'm going to take my R44 Morphe brush, and it's a spoolie slash angle brush. You can also use this for liner, but I like to use it for my eyebrows. Now I'm going to take my 350 Morphe palette and I'm going to use this brown shadow to fill in my eyebrows. Before I begin, I'm just going to spray my brush with my Clinique moisture spray. Using my brush, I'm going to draw a straight line at the bottom of my brow, and I'm just going to sketch it in and try to make the line as straight as possible. I'm just going to draw another line right above the arch of my brow, and then I'm going to bring it down to make a point. Now I'm going to use the width of my brush and brush up at the front of my brow. This is going to make my brow look so natural, and it's going to allow everything to blend in perfectly. Now this is what I love about my brush. I can just flip it right over and use the spoolie side if I want. Oh, and there goes my brush getting stuck to my hair. The struggles of a curly girl. So to check the length of your brow, you just want to angle your brush at the crease that's at the end of your eye, and it should match up with the end of your brow. Okay, so to smooth my eyebrows out just a little bit more, I'm just going to go in with my larger spoolie, and this is a softer spoolie, so it's going to give a more smoother, more gradient effect, and you can see the difference between the two spoolies. Now I'm going to take my flat brush to apply my concealer, and I'm going to use my Morphe highlighting palette. And you don't need a lot of concealer, you just need a little bit to clean up under your brow. Now I'm going to apply the concealer about a 1/4 inch away from the start of my brow. It's going to make it a little bit easier for me to blend out my concealer. And I'm using a concealer that's a shade lighter than my skin. So if you absolutely have to conceal over your brow, I would suggest going with a concealer or a foundation that matches your skin tone. This is the concealer that I'm going to use over my brow, and this is the one that I just used under my brow. Wouldn't go with anything light because you don't want any harsh white bright lines over your eyebrow because it just looks, you know, obvious. You don't need a whole lot. I hate when people put a lot of concealer over their brow, under their brow, and it's like two huge lines. You don't need that. You just need a little bit to make sure that everything is cleaned up and it looks neat. Now I'm going to take my Morphe G32 brush and I'm going to buff out my concealer just to make sure everything is blended out evenly. That is how your brow should look if you're using shadow. Now the shadow or powder is going to give you more of a matte finish, while the brow dip will give you more of a glossy finish. So I'm using Kiss's Top Brow Cream in the shade Ebony. And sorry about the glitter, guys. I was playing in glitter the other day, but this is how it looks. It's very similar to other dip brows. So you don't need a lot on your brush. Again, you want to take a small amount and dip your brush in. Then just like you apply the shadow or the powder, you just want to sketch a straight line underneath your brow. And you could go ahead and brush that product up to smooth out any harsh lines. Again, you want to take that brush and draw a line right above the arch of your brow and make a point. And you're going to go ahead and smooth out any gaps, add more product if you need to, or use the spoolie to buff out any gaps. And of course, I'm going to take my larger spoolie to make everything a little bit more buffed out. Add more product to give a more defined effect. Or if you want it to be more natural, you can apply less product. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing that I did with my concealer on the first brow. You can also use your finger to buff out the concealer. So I'm just going to straighten up those lines now that I have applied the concealer. Thank you all for watching my video. Stay tuned on the Sisters vlog for more videos to come. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment below if you have any questions.